Strike It Rich, Chapter 38. Now, this one is simply a quick setup chapter before the fight starts proper between our main character Nozomi and Natsumi here, who is, of course, her opponent, the one she said, I'm going to face you this time. Like, let's go, right? Now, this chapter opens up with the fact that she doesn't actually want a sparring partner. She's just watching all of her public fights because, of course, Nozomi was a public fighter, as we know. So she has a lot of recorded stuff. No similar, the same idea that Chiba did with copying Gao Lang's fighting style. Agito did the same thing and stuff, is that there is a bit of a handicap, or depends, an advantage to people that only fought necessarily public fights and or didn't fight underground, and then they have all the knowledge, like, okay, their fighting style is this, they're more of a striker, they're a grappler, there's their ultimate move sort of idea. They can get a lot more information watching these rematches, and so that's what we catch Natsumi doing at the very beginning and stuff like that. And of course, her first fight, she kind of loses, honestly. It's a right hook and stuff like that. It's like the move is kind of peculiar, like what's going on here? And of course, and she loses the first fight and stuff. It's like, wait a minute, I would have flattened her in one round, so what's going on here, you know what I mean, and stuff. So but she continues and starts watching all the tapes. So she's watching her her second pro fight, her third pro fight, and she keeps going on. And then she gets a little bit shocked by a fight where she she wins, obviously, right? But before we get to that, we cut away to Kurorishi's dojo. Kurorishi's, I can never say his name right. Cosmo's master. I can't say Kurorishi. Anyways, to his dojo and stuff like that. So Ichika and Nozomi are going to go... Ichika and Nozomi are going to face each other as a spar for 5 minutes and stuff. And he's overseeing it, even with Hina there. Hina's there and stuff. And so Ichika's big thing is, Nozomi, if you can't beat me, you're not getting in that ring. So, you'll have to bow out and stuff. She's like, all right. So they're going to actually go all out at it and stuff like that, right? And so Hina is watching, as well as, of course, Cosmo's master there. They're watching and they're chilling and stuff like that. It's like, who are you, by the way? A friend of theirs. All right, well, watch, whatever. I don't care, right? And so they go off on this one. And immediately we're thinking, okay, Ichika's quite good. Of course, we've seen her before. We've seen her in action. She's a powerhouse. We have some great art going forward. But boom, 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 the dodging is happening, the blocking. Nozomi isn't actually taking any real hits. And before you know it, they talk about speed, like speed of the mind versus speed of the body and stuff. Sort of similar to what Dragon Ball has been doing lately, or Dragon Ball Super with the, well, not lately, they've been doing it for a long time now. The whole idea of merging, so your body moves ultra instinct. So, your reaction speed is dependent on so-and-so, right? Like your ultra instinct abilities. And what we're saying is that Nozomi is a slow starter. She's a slow thinker. And now this is where Kuroshi basically goes, well, yeah, I see what you're saying. However, and then boom, gets Ichika down in a lock to give up by submission immediately, and they decide to go again and stuff, right? So they're going to continue to spar to make sure that Nozomi is in top form and is ready and stuff like that, right? And this is where Hina brings up, it's just really strange because clearly Ichika is the stronger fighter and has the better, fighting instinct to think on your feet immediately and react in time, where Nozomi is slower. However, it says Nozomi's that strong even though she's so slow in that regard. And it's like, well, that foresight, what you call speed, has a near equal relationship to strength. It's not just a 1-for-1. There's more than one form of strength, and Nozomi is a pretty rare breed, about this sort of idea. Now, we don't really get, at least from what I understand in this chapter, after reading it a couple of times, I don't understand what she has, though. Like, it's mentioned, it's like there's more than one form of strength, and Nozomi is a rare breed of strength. But we're not given an explanation to what that strength is. She's the slower, the more, she's tactical and all that stuff, but she's the slower, all right, I want to do this, maybe that, and stuff like that. Her reaction speed and up here is slower, as Hina's pointing out. And then Ichika is obviously the stronger, the more well-built of the two. we're not being told what Nozomi's strength, where it lies and what it's in, but it's said that she has it, but we don't know what it is exactly. So at least that I wasn't able to take that away from the chapter. Maybe I missed something there. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But either way, then the rest of the chapter, as I said, they go on for the rest of the fights and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, we jump back to, of course, in her fifth fight, I believe it's her fifth fight, and it's an exchange of hooks. She fights completely different from this opponent accordingly, and goes blow after blow and just dominates the fight and beats her into submission and stuff like that, right? She's not being careful. She's not being like this. No, she's taking the fight to this opponent, completely changing up her style and stuff like that. It's like her development speed's totally wild. And it's like she's getting far better, but also she's changing her style up completely. So then we jump right into the second show of Valkyrie. And we see the first match, some two no-names beating the ever-loving shit out of each other. Hina is, of course, going to be the one to face in the title match. She's going to be the main event. So Ichika is saying, like, oh, don't worry, Hina, is that Nozomi's already out to be the semifinal. So there's 3 matches, obviously, and Nozomi's going to be the second match. So they're going full fight mode with this and stuff. She's got Anne in her corner, you know, a female Cobra-looking Dr. Hanafusa, and a female gender-bent version. And it's like, remember, don't get hit in the eye that much. Avoid that damn eye, you know, because there won't be anything I can do if you get hurt that much and stuff. And it's like, I'm pretty antsy and stuff, but let's go. So her epithet is the Crusher Pegasus Tenma Nozomi. And she's going to give it everything she got, and that's the end of the chapter. So, boom, she's looking in good form. I mean, she was able to take it to Ichika, who I would argue could probably give this this other bitch a run for her money too. So, do we think our main character, technically our main character, who is back in the ring, you know, the one who failed to make it to make female sports popular, she could not be the Serena Williams, you know, to make shit important, or the other one, I always forget her name, but the one who's like killing it for WNBA and filling the stands. Nozomi tried to be that person, and she was unable to be. So then she started this promotion and retired from fighting, and now she's back in the ring. Do you guys think that she can do it? Do you think she's going to do this, or do you think that she's going to get injured again, and this will be her only fight? Because I think they're setting up for her to face off against Hina. I mean, that's been basically established in the first 3 chapters of this series, that Hina wants to fight Nozomi. When Nozomi's in peak condition, that's who Hina wants to fight. That's why she's sticking around. So I really do think that Nozomi takes damage, maybe injures her eye a little bit, and it gets a little scary. But I think she wins this fight. I really don't think we're going to subvert the expectation of her losing this fight. I don't see that happening. I think she wins this one. And then, of course, we'll have the event between 2 of the star children. Ri and Hina will go at it. So, what do you guys think, though? I really do think that this was a good setup chapter. Both opponents are dangerous, and I think it'll be a very even fight, but I still think that our main character, Nozomi, after being retired for so long, comes back. She comes back swinging, and I think she wins. So, but let me know what you guys thought about Chapter 38 down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see all you people back here next time for the next Strike It Rich chapter. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Sayonara.